Hey everybody, it's Galmadex and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today we have the official beginning of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoiler season. We have just 18 seconds until the big preview event starts, and I'm very excited to just get right into it and see what the new mechanics are going to be, what the set's going to look like, see some of the cool cards. So without further ado, let's jump into this event.
This is Kairi, the Swirling Sky.
Ooh!
The Dawn Sky.
Kairi, where's Riku?
Swirling Sky. 4 blue,
All right.
blue for a 6/6 legendary creature dragon spirit. It has flying, ward 3. When Kairi, the Swirling Sky, dies, choose one. Return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value 6.
Absolute limited bomb. Really cool commander card.
Then return up to 2 instant and or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Owl the Dawn Sky. 3 white for a 5/4 legendary creature dragon spirit with flying, vigilance, and when Owl the Dawn Sky dies, choose one. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, or put 2 1/1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or vehicle.
Every one of these dragons we've seen so far is just an absolute limited bomb, but that tends to be what they like to show off early on to really sell the set to constructed players. The alternate art styles are incredible as always.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah, I really enjoy these border lists. Another callback that we have for original Kamigawa is a cycle of shrines. This is the shrine Goshintai.
More shrines for the Shrine Lords!
For a 1/3
Everybody in their 5-color Golo Shrines decks, here you go.
Yeah.
Creature Shrines, that's wild.
older sets reward you every time you play another shrine, but this is a shrine and a creature.
So
That's really cool.
Here is that Kamigawa is
There you will see Boseiju, the largest tree in Kamigawa. It's also the oldest tree in Kamigawa. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful.
The lore, they released an article about Boseiju's lore, and it's so cool. It's a short article, I highly recommend it.
Around the plane, they're happy with their non-technological way of life.
Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa, 3 white for a 3/3 legendary creature dragon spirit, and it also comes in a borderless treatment.
Together, they oversee those merges between the spiritual and mortal.
5-color commander because of that activated ability.
You mentioned those merges before when you were talking about the Imperial.
Also seems like a pretty sweet card. I mean, definitely in limited, but maybe even constructed, like somewhat Restoration Angel-y.
Really unique and
Flash it in, it's a 3-power flyer, and you get a really good ETB on it.
of the Kami. Now, Kami embody everything from physical locations to abstract concepts. Some are cute, some are awe-inspiring, some are scary, if I'm being honest. And they're very much a part of daily life here.
Monk.
So you might run into a Kami on a stroll through the woods, or
Oh my god, I love the Kami.
at a restaurant having lunch.
If there's Spirit Tribal, if there's Kami Tribal, I'm going for it every time.
So, as you can imagine, properly managing
I'm drafting it hard.
realms between
Where's my boy Tezzeret?
The Emperor is actually a character Magic players have met before, all the way back.
Here comes the big lore drop.
So that means that the missing Emperor is none other than the mysterious planeswalker, only known as the Wanderer.
So cool. So cool.
So that looks really cool.
Yeah, it is. The Wandering Emperor, 2 white for a 3 loyalty legendary planeswalker with flash and the static ability. As long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you could cast an instant. She has a +1 of put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains first strike until end of turn. -1, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance, and -2, exile target tapped creature. You gain 2 life.
I don't play much constructed, but that seems insanely good.
She looks very young and
Again, I'm gonna be a broken record because they're revealing primarily just rares and mythics, but an absolute limited bomb.
Things I love so much about
But that has gotta see standard play, right?
those folds in her armor are really reminiscent of folding paper for papercraft. So much attention.
She protects herself with tokens, she protects herself with removal, she can use one ability at instant speed the first time.
loyalty abilities at instant
She
speed.
seems so good.
So even when she accidentally maybe comes back home, she doesn't get to stay for long because she's off to the next one.
That's exactly the problem. So Kaido, the Emperor, and Tamio are trying to solve this problem with a little help from a device called the Reality Chip, which they think can help stabilize the Emperor's Planeswalker Spark.
They're trying to find the Gek.
Through technology.
Exactly.
Oh.
The problem is that the Emperor isn't the only one back in town.
Yeah.
Tezzeret's here.
Again.
And he's got a new card of his own to show off. I'm here to show you Tezzeret.
Oh, thank goodness. Let's go.
Betrayer of Flesh. 2 blue for a 4 loyalty legendary planeswalker.
I'm playing with this so much.
The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. +1, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. -2, target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, it has a base power and toughness of 4/4. And his -6 ultimate, you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card.
I hope you're all ready for more Historic Brawl, because it's time for Tezzeret Brews. Oh my god.
Who is made.
That's exactly my kind of commander, my kind of card. It slots immediately into so many of my commander and Historic Brawl decks. And it's going to be the commander of a new one as soon as the set comes out. That's for sure.
Really doesn't work alone. Last time we saw him,
Make my Consulate Dreadnought active
to steal
for a -2.
sparks and more of the spark.
Good lord.
Time, he's got a new friend.
So many combos with it too, reducing those costs by 2. It only does it the one time, so no infinites, but...
We have Jin.
Holy Jin Gataxis too?
Blue for a 5/5 legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. Okay.
All right. I mean, I like.
And the alt style.
He's scary.
I mean, is he like a big deal? I mean, he looks cool.
He's a very big deal.
Okay, but look at Jinkataxi. It's like him just want tummy scratches. Like, look at that. That's it. I mean,
You don't scritch a Phyrexian. You scritch that tummy and you're gonna get, like, last.
They've been reading the full rules text on everything. I'm wondering if they're going to do it on this one too.
right?
I didn't want to talk over if they were going to read the rules text.
Volunteer yourself. I'm not going near a Praetor like that.
I'm just saying. I'd give it a shot.
TLDR, it looks like it doubles all of your stuff and counters one of your opponent's things each turn.
More about Jin Gataxias as a card. I mean, this seems to be rather difficult to remove because not only is he a big boy at 5/5,
Yeah.
but you're gonna.
That's legit what it does. Oh my god.
Once he's here, it's a little hard to dislodge him.
Yeah. What is his stake in this?
Jingataxias is one of the
Okay, so if you didn't see the text, whenever you cast an artifact instant sorcery the first time each turn, you double it. Whenever your opponent casts the first one each turn, you just counter it. They have to double spell to get anything through.
looking to
Insane. Insane. Fits the bill for Praetors. 7 mana, super hard to stop.
perfection.
Absolute.
On a vacation there.
Absolute.
And
Bomb.
Jingataxias thinks that reality chip is actually going to be a pretty useful tool in his and the other Praetor's goals.
But hey, it's fine because Kaito and the others are going to be able to keep the reality chip safe, right? Like it's going to be all good.
Sure.
They managed to drive away Tezzeret and Jin-Gataxias.
Okay,
That's
All
good
right,
news.
yeah, no, we're good. Yeah,
We're not
that's-
going to
that's-
come out unscathed, unfortunately. So the Emperor ends up planeswalking away again. Tamio's nowhere to be found. And the reality chip is with Jin Gataxias back on New Phyrexia, where he can use it to start work on his latest masterpiece.
Mess.
So we're about to get some planeswalking Phyrexians.
It'd be a good thing.
Dave, this evilness that you're.
This
Not who we team up with.
This plotline, this lore is so insanely exciting to me because it means more Phyrexian stuff. We're already getting more artifact stuff at the end of the year with the Brothers War coming out. Like it's gonna be actual magical Christmas land for me. We get artifact sets through the roof coming up.
The story is available on webfiction, and also including
We get a shards set.
origin story, full story of Neon
The
Dynasty.
white, blue, black, red, green, all that kind of stuff coming out with the Streets of New Capenna. That's exciting to me. Brothers War is incredibly exciting. There's going to be big artifact mechs and stuff. This Kamigawa set, we got all this technology. That's some artifact stuff. New Phyrexia is Mirrodin in a way, you know, so we're going to get some of that.
Actually got a run. I've got a
Oh my god.
sword, so I'm gonna leave
We're not officially going back to New Phyrexia, but,
take a look
I mean,
at the set and what you're going
it's where the lore's going. There's a Phyrexian war coming.
Appreciate you leaving us in good hands.
Yes.
Good to
absolutely.
hang out.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Have fun.
See you soon, Maris. Bye.
Bye-bye. Wait.
And I've actually got another preview card with Ninjutsu to show you. So let's take a look.
This is what I want. Come on, common or uncommon? Yes, an uncommon.
Master. Pay blue and a black for a 2/2 creature rat.
The artwork!
Jitsu. Blue and a black. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. And here it is in its ninja frame.
Okay.
I absolutely love both of these artworks, and I love that the multicolored uncommons are always kind of the signpost uncommons to show you what the color pair is trying to do in limited. So the fact that you can definitely try to draft a ninjutsu deck, because this is where they're pushing you with this uncommon, makes me super excited. And a ninja slash rogue deck.
A Rat Ninja Master just like resonates in my heart box. I'm just saying, I really like
I
this.
just love pizza and I live underground.
love a Rat Ninja Master. That's all I'm saying. Sign me up for this.
I will say, if you like rat, ninja, folk, you're gonna love this set. There's gonna be a lot of really fun stuff in there for you to open. And we've got another
Lots of
returning
rats.
from Kamigawa.
Channels back, that's nice. It's basically cycling, but instead of drawing a card, you're getting kind of a spell ability off of it.
Legendary land with Channel. Channel allows you to pay a cost and discard this card in order to do an effect. And it also comes in a borderless treatment.
Oh, the tree.
I would live in this tree.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful tree.
Would I
That's
get
really
technology
good.
For it? I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but it's
beautiful,
lovely there.
Beautiful tree or Wi-Fi. That's
Really good. A land that cycles to naturalize, but it does give your opponent a land back.
Channel, because
But
if
still.
you have it in the late game, maybe you don't need it to be a land.
Exactly. And since activating a channel ability
That's really nice.
count as casting the spell, it's a handy way of sidestepping counter magic.
True, uncounterable.
Someone who's had trouble with counter spells in the past.
Generally, you can disallow it in like
All
historic.
right, so our next mechanic is also something players have seen before, but this time there's a new twist. So if you were tuning in for the countdown that we did earlier, then you've had a look at this already, but let's spend a little more time with this double-faced saga, the Kami War.
The Kami War. 1 Wooburg for an enchantment saga. Exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Okagachi Made Manifest is a 6/6 enchantment creature dragon spirit.
This is so beautiful. Not only is the artwork insane, but this is so cool that the third chapter of the saga transforms it into a
We have found the draft challenge.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Every player has to try to draft 5-color Kami War at least once.
Kamigawa and how important it is to the clan's identity. And what better way to do that than letting the stories literally come to life?
This one, more than anyone I've seen, I want as like a tattoo, like all over my back. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I will say all these double-faced sagas that we have just absolutely beautiful artwork. Like there'd be a real focus on artifacts, which you can see on this enterprising member of the
Focus on artifacts. I'm listening.
Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Blue and a red for a 2/2
Yes!
goblin artifact.
Yes! They printed a new staple for Joyra Historic Brawl decks. Everyone reunite. This is even a new staple for Joyra Commander decks. This is absolutely absurd.
You're gonna be happy because you're gonna be seeing all
2 mana
around Kamigawa.
for an artifact creature that makes all your artifacts cost 1 less to cast. That's so good for artifact decks.
Giant robots. So if the latter's got your attention, you should take a look at our next card, Surge Hacker Mech.
Surge Hacker Mech.
New vehicles.
For a 5/5 artifact vehicle. And here it is in its soft glow frame.
Oh, that's real good and limited. You play it, you deal 2 damage to something, minimum.
Menace. I mean, it's gonna really reward you for having that whole fleet revved up and
And then anytime, you crew it, it's really big.
The first I'm gonna show you is something called Modified.
New Mechanic Modified.
New mechanic.
Equipment
All right,
you control
let's see what it
can
does.
all modifications. Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature Goblin Samurai with Modified.
Oh,
Samurai frame.
okay. Oh, it's like a keyword. It's like a keyword mechanic.
There's a word for that. I mean, it's not about how your creatures are geared up. Just want to make sure that they've got something.
Exactly. Modified is all about rewarding you for using technology or magic to take your creature to the next level. And it helps show how interwoven that is in everyday life here on Kamigawa. Now, for my last preview.
Oh, last preview.
I'm sorry, I know. I can only do so many. We're gonna be looking at a must-have piece of tech we were just talking about, the reality chip.
Yes.
Apparently, literally everyone wants to get their hands on it.
Everybody's been talking about it.
Hot commodity here.
Every outfit.
New Mechanic Reconfigure.
Ooh,
The
this one might be
reality
something
chip.
real
1
new.
and a blue
Oh, it
for a
is.
0/4 legendary artifact creature equipment Jellyfish with Reconfigure. Reconfigure allows you to attach this card to a target creature you control or unattach from a creature. Reconfigure can only be played as a sorcery. While attached, this isn't a creature. And here it is in its soft glow frame.
Okay, so a creature that can turn into equipment. And
Okay, so it's kind of like bestow.
Seems like a pretty good way to get some extra mileage out of your cards.
Absolutely.
Okay.
personally feel like Reconfigure really captures the spirit. It's
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was just confused by the text line of equipment jellyfish. Equipment jellyfish, let's go. Let's get in there.
Now, before you two go, I've got something else to show you. The commanders for the Neon Dynasty Commander deck.
Yes,
Ooh, nice.
I have in fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. So first up, heading up the upgrades.
Now these will not be on Arena. These are just the Commander deck exclusives.
Ichiro, the Shattered Blade. 2 red-green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Snake Samurai, with modified.
Oh no, now I gotta move all my aura and equipment into a girl deck. Okay.
Like, so there's modified again. It seems like the idea is to just
Seems really good. Just playing auras and equipment spits out 2/2s now.
One upgrade when you can keep pushing that envelope.
With Menace.
admin continuing to push the envelope.
Cutting
just
edge.
Right out there on the
Yes.
front end. Yeah.
Absolutely. And if vehicles armor your speed, you're going to want to check out this next deck, the Buckle Up deck led by Kotori, Pilot Prodigy.
Kotori, Pilot Prodigy. 1 white-blue for a 2/4 legendary creature.
Oh, good lord.
Rogue Pilot.
So if vehicles you control all have crew too, then you can slide in with some of those vehicles we saw earlier at a much cheaper cost, get them into the driver's seat, and tune up all your mechs and motorcycles when your artifacts get that vigilance and lifelink. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, bypassing massive crew costs seems
know
pretty
how much
sweet.
Love went into bringing all of this to life. Thank you so much for bringing these previews to share with us.
Thank you both for coming to talk to me about it. It's always nice to see you two. You guys want to go crack some packs?
More than anything.
Yes,
I was
okay,
hoping
right,
you would
fine.
have.
That's exactly, yes. The one thing we've yet to do today. Have some packs.
We at the end of the event then? Alright. I think that's the end. I think there's no one last thing.
Didn't Maris say we were supposed to find out about that masterpiece Jin Gataxi?
Never mind.
With the Phyrexians, I feel like maybe it's better for us if we don't know.
Can't argue with that.
Oh. No! Oh no! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh my god. Holy Christ. Whoa. Oh my god, I was so wrong. Oh my god, the Phyrexians got Tameo. The Phyrexians got Tameo. This is incredibly bad news. I'm so sad about it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, they're going hard. This is not Kaldheim where just, hey, there's a Phyrexian here. They're like, oh, they're here and you better be worried. Oh my god, I need to see that. They flash it so fast. Oh my god.
With the Phyrexians, I feel like maybe it's better for us if
That's so oh god, I loved Scars of Mirror to New Phyrexia. That was such a cool set, the way that they had it, like slowly the Phyrexians like overcoming and everything, and Phyrexians are just a really cool villain. Oh my god. Alright. So here, the limited removal spell here, you know. 4 mana, instant speed, flash, enchanted artifact, creature, or planeswalker. It's an aura. When it enters battlefield, tap enchanted permanent. If it's an equipment, unattach it. Enchanted permanent loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Really solid removal. Instant speed, 4 mana removal just shuts off any artifact, creature, or planeswalker unless you care about that card's... Oh no, it shuts off static abilities too! Yeah, no, this is just great. I'm so used to these only shutting off the activated abilities. Yeah, great removal, but I mean, Story Spotlight, really big deal Story Spotlight. There is a Phyrexian Planeswalker now, even if their plan with the modification chip or whatever wasn't to just make all Phyrexians Planeswalkers. Having a Phyrexian Planeswalker is still a really, really big deal and a really bad time, because the Phyrexians are all about like they're all about like spreading their influence, like like there's like drops of oil and stuff that'll like infect you and you become a Phyrexian too. So if there's one Phyrexian planeswalking across the plains, that could still take over entire plains. So that's insane. There's definitely a Phyrexian War storyline coming. It's been speculated for years, and then Call Time pretty much confirmed it, but this is hardcore. It is happening now. Phyrexians are the villain arc currently. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so excited. Tezzeret and the Phyrexians are really, really cool characters, really cool villains, and I'm super pumped about it. They have a lot to do with... well, kind of because they were on Mirrodin, they have a lot to do with artifacts, but also because they're kind of like, they're about like unlife and stuff like that, and like Yawgmoth made them, and Yawgmoth was kind of related to artifacts in a way, because it was like during what, Antiquities, Urza's Saga times? I don't remember. But I don't know, something about the Phyrexians feels tied to artifacts to me as well, in a way. So just as an artifact lover, I love the Phyrexians for that reason, and also they are just really cool. If we get any infect cards again, people are going to lose their minds, but it would be cool if maybe we get some kind of poison way to win the game, or some alternate win condition for the Phyrexians, because that was another thing that I think was really cool during New Phyrexia, and was a really cool like draft mechanic too, was trying to build like infect decks and draft. So let's see what this Planeswalker does, because it's wild. Okay, here we go. Tamiyo, completed Sage. 2 a green or blue or 2 life, and then another blue. So 4 mana and 2 life, or 5 mana. If you pay the 2 life, you're paying the completed cost. So if life was paid, it enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters. For a +1, tap. Usually enters with 5 loyalty. +1, tap up to 1 artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Nice defense way, or nice defensive ability. Good way to protect yourself. -X, exile a non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. Ooh, cool. She's kind of a reanimator card in that sense. Cool, yeah. That's sweet. -7, create Tamiyo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and tap, draw a card. So in a deck built around it, that -7 is, like most ultimates, often just going to be I win. But that's mainly for like historic brawl stuff like that, where it would just be an I win, because you can run a bunch of like 2 mana or 3 mana spells, and then all of a sudden you're just looping through your deck really quickly with a bunch of draw spells. In like standard or wherever, that emblem is not that impressive, but you do draw a card every turn, and the other 2 abilities are more than impressive enough to make up for it. So really cool card. Yeah, really, really cool card. I'm so excited. This is farther into the Phyrexian storyline or plotline than I thought we'd be going. I'm assuming that's going to be about it for Phyrexians in Kamigawa. But even that's like a huge zinger, a huge stinger to be like, yeah, Phyrexians, we're going to have a bunch of Phyrexians in a set soon enough. And we're probably going to have little thread lines in Streets of New Capenna or Dominaria or something to keep us informed on what they're doing. But I'm assuming we're not getting a Phyrexian War this year. Unless they surprise us out of nowhere. It's like the Dominaria set this year is actually because the Phyrexians are back on Dominaria to mess them up or something. But I don't think so. I feel like Phyrexia battle set is going to be like next year or something. We'll find out. Either way, I'm incredibly excited. Generally, pretty solid little reveal event. I would absolutely, like, my number one hope and dream for these reveal events would be they just show off all of the 2-color uncommons, because that's what I care about the most. That would let me know what all the different archetypes are in draft. So I did get, honestly, the most exciting card for me, probably Tamiyo completed, if I'm being completely honest, because that's just such a cool, like, I was not expecting that. But the second coolest card is honestly just Silver Fur Master. Absolutely adorable card, and it gives us a look into the blue-black archetype in draft and sealed for the set, which is really cool. Cool that you can definitely try to draft your own ninjutsu deck. So these are the kind of spoilers I'm always on the lookout for as a limited player myself, as somebody who just wants to draft a bunch. So really love the Silver for Master. The modified mechanic, really basic, just a keyword mechanic, that's fine. Cycling's going to play really well, just like, Channel's going to play really well, just like Cycling does, where your cards get a little bit of flexibility now. Now they have like 2 separate abilities that are very different. You only need a land when you're in the early game, or if you need to hit your 5-6 drop or something. So this gives your land some flexibility, some versatility late game if you draw it when you're flooded out. So Channel's going to be great. Even Channel on creature cards or enchantment cards make it so those spells can have, you know, 2 very different, very flexible abilities. So I love it. Channel's going to play really well in Limited. Always nice to have more options and more flexibility on your cards. Sagas, we already know how Sagas work. Sagas are always sweet, super fun time. The Kami War, I mean, it's a 5-color card in Limited format that's probably not designed to support 5-color cards, so it's probably not great, but it's a challenge I'm probably going to take up one time. And then other than that, oh my god, I forgot Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Okay, this was actually a sweet reveal event. I completely forgot Enthusiastic Mechanaut. This card's sweet. Oh yeah, this card's incredible. Going into every blue-red artifact deck in Commander, just immediately. In Historic Brawl as well, so my Jorah Weatherlight Captain deck is really going to benefit off of this. Lots of artifact decks in Commander and Historic Brawl are going to be focused around reducing the cost of your artifacts and trying to chain a bunch in one turn, storming off in a way. At least that is 100% what Jorah decks are trying to do, because she lets you draw a card whenever you cast an artifact. So Jorah decks, no matter what, every Jorah deck's running this, but I guess the other blue-red artifact decks like Saheeli or Zyndersplit? No, not Zyndersplit. The blue-red big artifact thing that can turn all of your tokens into a copy of something else. That one might not need this card, but it's still really cool for that kind of deck. Yeah, this is sweet. Just a really cheap card, too. It's going to be great in Limited as well, and it's cool to see that maybe blue-red artifacts is a draft archetype you can go for as well. It's probably like mainly around vehicles and equipment being the primary artifacts there. Yep, other than that, some rares, mythics. Obviously, they're bombs. They're big wild cards. They're the kind of cards they like to show off early. So every single rare and mythic in this preview, except the 5-color one, I would say, yeah, probably a pretty high draft pick, probably a pretty powerful card. Yeah, this one, if you have anything on the board with an equipment, aura, or counter on it, you just spend 5 mana. You could just spend 5 mana to start making 5/5s. You have to be attacking with one of your modified creatures, but still. Even getting this ability to trigger one time is really, really good and Limited. Plus, you can just give your whole field haste for only 1 mana. That's great when you're top decking creatures in the late game. Yeah, this card's sick. This card's sweet. That's going to be a fun one as well. And then the only really big new mechanic, the new mechanic that might be a little confusing and is going to be something to actually learn, is going to be modified here with the reality chip. Or not modified, reconfigure. I actually didn't fully grasp what this is again, so I need to double check. Okay, yeah, so it is as simple as it sounds. You spend the reconfigure cost, and then now, instead of a creature, bam, this is an equipment, and you attach it to a creature. So then the card's text itself, the card's rules text itself will tell you how that works. So once this is attached to a creature, it'll just say, as long as the reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. So simple enough, just tells you right there what it does. Doesn't give like the power toughness buff or anything. It only does what the card explicitly says. So pretty cool. That'll be fun to try play around with. Let's move on to the outro now. Tomorrow we have the launch of Innistrad Double Feature on Arena, so I'll have a video up of my first draft of that format at that time. I will be doing a live stream of Innistrad Double Feature tomorrow on the Twitch channel in the link in the description below if you want to get into that format. If you want to just see me learning the format and seeing what the intricacies are between Innistrad Midnight Hunt and Innistrad Crimson Vow coming together into one draft format. So that'll be a really fun time. So you can check out the Twitch link there if you're interested in that. But if not, I'll just have the daily double feature drafts on the YouTube channel for a while of that format. And of course, also in the near future, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, February 10th. I will be here with more Kamigawa Neon Dynasty drafts at that time, as well as a reveal day live stream, or release day live stream, I should say. But that's going to end the video today. As always, thank you all very much for watching. If you want to see more of this content, just stick around on the channel. You're at the right place. And, yeah. Thanks again. I'll see you soon for some more Magic Arena.